Ever pondered what genuinely motivates a woman? What makes her heart race? Or what anxieties underneath her self-assurance? Trust me, most guys approach these questions naively, never really comprehending the nuanced dynamics at work. But today I will go over each one in detail. I'm not referring to gimmicks. Rather, I'm talking about genuine, unwavering knowledge that will make you an expert in interpersonal relationships. In today's world, many men fail to see these hidden truths, and yet wonder why they are constantly guessing, constantly chasing, and never fully in control of their emotions or the situations they find themselves in. This ends today, so sit down, warrior, and discover the top 7 female vulnerabilities that every man should be aware of. As warriors, we must recognize that the dynamics between men and women run deeper than most people think. The better you understand this, the better you'll be able to navigate relationships with purpose, not just by chance. You will never view relationships the same way after you learn this, so pay close attention. Fear of being disregarded. The deeply rooted fear of being ignored is one of the most prevalent vulnerabilities that women frequently carry, sometimes without even realizing it. In a society that is always demanding of attention and validation, the thought of being invisible or unheard can completely upend a woman's emotional foundation. Don't get me wrong, the reason a woman feels more interested when you stop paying attention to her is because her natural psychological reaction triggers her fear of being ignored. When you stop providing her with the continuous attention she needs, she starts to feel invisible, which is when her vulnerability shows. This is about learning how to balance your attention, not about playing games. Consider Marcus Aurelius, who understood the importance of exercising controlled restraint by just providing what was required and never overfeeding anyone. Just like a high-value man, you must be choosy about where you focus your attention. Women are drawn to people who are difficult to control. This isn't about being mean, rather it's about controlling your attention. Most men make the mistake of being too forgiving, and that desperation demonstrates to men that while silence can be a useful tool, when used unconsciously, it can have unintended negative consequences. High-worth men are aware of when to back off without making the woman feel rejected. They never use silence to control a sigma. Instead, they use it to keep their independence by enhancing the mystery. Every time you purposefully ignore her, you are touching one of her most vulnerable areas. A guy knows when to act and when to remain mute. Her desire for emotional stability and her dread of being invisible. The next vulnerability that is closely linked to female psychology is the need for emotional security. While physical safety may seem obvious, emotional security goes even further. You see, most women, whether they admit it or not, are always looking for reassurance that the man they are with is emotionally stable and will remain steady no matter what storms life throws at them. This is where most men fail. They become emotionally unstable and easily swayed by their own feelings, which robs them of their emotional security. Consider the Stoics, Seneca, Epicus, Marcus Aurelius. As high-value men, we must model that stability not only for her, but also for ourselves. These men understood that true strength lies in controlling one's emotions rather than allowing them to control you. Biologically, women have evolved to seek out partners who can provide stability in times of uncertainty. A man who is emotionally secure gives her that sense of safety even when the world is in chaos. And trust me, when a woman feels emotionally secure, she will open up to you in ways that most men never get to experience. Pursuing perfection, searching for the ideal connection. Women frequently have a deep-seated desire to find the ideal relationship. However, the irony is, perfection is a myth, and many men fall into the trap of trying to live up to this ideal by doing everything in their power to satisfy irrational demands in the hopes of winning her favor. This is where the majority of men fail. A high-worth man recognizes that no relationship is flawless and leads by demonstrating what a true, healthy partnership looks like, including its imperfections in all women. They may pursue the notion of a romantic partnership, but what really appeals to them is a man who is grounded, who knows his worth, who isn't scared to say no, and who can handle ups and downs with poise and confidence. When we like someone, It's easy to get into the trap of wanting to be everything they want, but that's where we lose ourselves. Trust me, warrior, it's not about fulfilling all of her expectations. Rather, it's about setting the example for what a meaningful, balanced relationship should be. Respect is the cornerstone of any long-lasting relationship, and true strength comes from upholding your own principles, even if they don't quite coincide with hers. The high-value individual, a cornerstone of female attraction, is the idea of the high-value guy. Women are attracted to well-groomed, self-assured, and emotionally resilient males by nature. A high-value man is aware of his value and looks after himself because he recognizes the significance of projecting his best self, not for approval from others. Personal grooming reflects discipline, self-respect, and a dedication to excellence, and goes beyond simple physical upkeep. Women are naturally drawn to this, but it goes beyond just having a high worth. Man is more than just appearances. It's about emotional fortitude. When Marcus Aurelius led his army, he remained steadfast in the face of difficulty, and you need to bring that same spirit into your encounters. Women are drawn to men who maintain their composure under pressure. Trust me when I say that, when she sees that you are a man who doesn't allow emotions to control you, her attraction to you grows stronger because it shows that you are in charge of the relationship, the circumstance, and yourself. A desire for desire for steadiness in one's finances. A woman's security instincts are the foundation of her need for financial stability. It has nothing to do with superficial desires or avarice. It's about the assurance that her future is safe, predictable, and shielded from life's chaos, a fact that many men overlook. Financial stability may seem like a material issue, but trust me, it's much more than that. It shows how well-rounded a man is and how much control he has over his life, which offers women a sense of comfort and tranquility. Take a look at Zeno of Citium, the originator of Stoicism. Despite not being wealthy by birth, Zeno found stability after losing his riches at sea rather than crumbling, constructing a new life based on inner strength and control over his circumstances rather than outward money through wisdom, resilience, and self-discipline. This is what real Finn, another well-known Stoic, worked as a water carrier by day and studied philosophy by night. He didn't chase wealth or extravagance, but instead demonstrated an unwavering dedication to his purpose. His life demonstrated a man who was in control and wisely managed the little he had. Financial stability is defined as remaining firm regardless of external forces. When you have this mindset, a woman will perceive your stability and be drawn to it knowing that you won't crumble when life throws challenges your way. When you live with the same control and discipline as the Stoics, a woman doesn't necessarily look for a wealthy man. Instead, she looks for a man who knows how to manage what he has, who, like Cenes, can make the most of every resource and make sure that his path stays steady even when the road ahead is uncertain. Whether it's Marcus Aurelius, the richest man of his era, governing an empire without being controlled by his wealth, or Zeno reconstructing his life after losing his fortune, Zeno masters his resources with little. You possess the attributes that deeply and naturally appeal to women's need to feel special. Women have a need to feel special, innate need to feel special, unique, and irreplaceable. This is one of the driving forces behind many of their actions when a woman feels like she's just another option in your life. Her insecurity increases and her attraction decreases. On the other hand, when you make her feel that she occupies a special place in your life, but without excessively feeding her ego, she will feel deeply drawn to you. But here's the twist, and it's crucial. Making her feel special doesn't mean putting her on a pedestal. It's about acknowledging her value without sacrificing your own. Too many men fall into the trap of worshiping women, thinking that by doing so, they will win her heart. But that's the fastest way to lose her respect. Instead, show her that you value her, but do it from a position of strength. When you make her feel special, while maintaining your own standards and boundaries, you become the man she desires, a high value. Man knows how to balance giving attention and maintaining his emotional independence. That equilibrium is where the real reaction occurs. Deceptions. The fear of abandonment is at the heart of female psychology. It has its roots in evolutionary biology and stems from a time when women relied on men for survival. Although society has changed, the emotional wiring remains the same. The idea of being left, either physically or emotionally, can trigger deep insecurities in a woman, and this is where you, as a high-value man, hold the key. Women don't want to be the center of your world. They want to be a part of a life that is already full and meaningful. Most men make the mistake of overcompensating when they sense this fear, becoming too available to reassure her that they won't leave. However, this is a weakness she can see, and it frequently has the opposite effect. Instead, the high-value man gives her security through his actions rather than words, demonstrating to her that he is strong, dependable, and consistent, and that he won't leave without ever losing his sense of independence. Now that you have discovered these facts, you hold the key to mastering not only relationships, but also yourself. Each of these vulnerabilities is an opportunity for you to rise above the average man, to live with purpose, wisdom, and strength. I challenge you to put this knowledge into practice and be the man who leads, controls his emotions, and remains firm in his values. Keep in mind, warrior, that a woman wants a man who is there for her, but who doesn't depend on her. It's in your independence and firmness that she finds her true sense of security. If you're prepared to realize your full potential, write a comment below with challenge accepted. Don't forget to hit the notification bell for future updates and to like and subscribe.